Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and as you can tell by the thumbnail to this video, it's an unintended collaboration. The beers in question you can possibly see behind me. It's these two. It is Cherry Porter Grand Reserve and Plum Porter Grand Reserve from Titanic Brewery. And the unintended collaboration here is that they've never been blended at Titanic before, so we're going to do it tonight. I love them both, greatly so. And yeah, the Plum Porter Grand Reserve is a beautiful, thick, plummy beer, and the Cherry Porter Grand Reserve is equally the same with nice marzipan flavours and a nice bitter roasted note. But I've always wondered, since I've had them, what do they taste like together? Well, fear not, we're going to find out tonight. So we're just going to read you a bit of the blurb about the beers first of all. The Cherry Porter Grand Reserve, they both weigh in at 6.5% ABV. It says it's inspired by their multi-award winning Plum Porter. This Grand Reserve is darker, stronger version of our Cherry Porter, matured in our conditioning tanks for 21 days. To look at it, it is deep red, the smell is dried fruit, and the taste is rich, smooth cherry. And yeah, expect the same fruit sweet tones with a stronger, more intense, matured taste. And the Plum Porter Grand Reserve, yeah, based on Plum Porter, same spiel, 21 days in the maturing tanks. Yeah, so the visuals are black. The smell is rich fruit, and the taste is initial fruity plum, and it's the same fruity sweet tones, again with the stronger, more mature, intense taste. One to savour. We shall indeed. So, how are we going to go about this? Well, we're going to roughly blend 50-50 for a little sample, see what it's like, and go from there. Just kind of blend them out in different amounts, just till we find the ideal mix. So, we're going to go with a bit of the Plum Porter first, because that's the one I got in my hand. Visually, as you can see, it's nice and dark. We'll go for about that much of the Plum Porter Grand Reserve. That's your beer in a glass. The other one's going to look exactly the same. It just has a slightly redder tone. Deep, fruity, malty, boozy notes. It's wonderful. Let's have a little taste. Glorious stuff. And the Cherry Porter Grand Reserve, we're going to pour straight on top. We're not going to have actually, yes we will. We're going to be slightly heathen-like. Beautiful, beautiful marzipan-like notes. So, we're going to attempt 50-50 or thereabouts. That'll do, based on the wider aperture of the glass further up. So, yeah, still dark, still red, still beautiful looking. Let's see what it smells like. Fruity and boozy. I didn't really expect much else, to be honest. I just wanted to try this out and see what it's like. So, yeah, fruity and boozy. Cheers. Interesting. The slightly more bitter Cherry Porter Grand Reserve is really dominant at roughly 50-50. But the plum smooths it out somewhat, and you get a nice fruity taste after the malts. Both beers are super rich, and that hasn't changed here. The body is decadent. It's delicious. It's smooth. It's medium heavy, and it's just wonderful. It's overall different. Is it an improvement on either? Hard to say. But like I said, the cherry is dominant, just smoothed out a little bit by the slightly sweeter plum version. Would I change the mix? Possibly. Let's add a little more plum, just for science. So we're going to go for a bit more plum. Let's give it a little swirl. Does it smell any different? Yes. It's more plummy. unsurprisingly. The cherry has kind of disappeared off the nose. Plum has taken over. But otherwise, it's a much smoother nose than previously. So, see, now that's interesting again. It's brought out, but obviously brought out more of the plum. But the two combined at a slightly higher ratio of the plum porter to the cherry porter, you get an almost blueberry-like flavour. And that's not what I expected. I like it. I know Titanic probably wouldn't do a blend of this, but if you've ever had these beers in your collection and you fancy something a little bit different, definitely blend them. I will have to do the regular plum porter and cherry porter blend as well. And come Christmas time, when the Grand Reserve port and amaretto infused versions come out, I will have to blend them too. The infused versions are generally sweeter, so if you prefer a more sweet beer, give that a crack. The Grand Reserve regular are much more bitter, much more, as they say, mature, intense flavour. And that really suits my palate down to the ground. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. So before I sit and drink it all, we're just going to have a look at the scoreboard of joy. We're not going to do my own today because I've done these beers before. They both got 5 out of 5 from me, as you'll see on my whiteboard of joy. That the Plum Porter Grand Reserve has had 5,000 check-ins with an average score of 414, and just a few less because the Cherry Porter Grand Reserve is newer, only 205, but a very similar average score of 4.11. And like I say, I gave them 5 out of 5 each. What would I give this blend? We're not going to score it in the same way as normal because that would be crazy. No, it wouldn't, but anyway. Let's start with the obvious. Would I do this blend again? Yes, I would. And I will, because I've got 2 more bottles there. The game is part of the gift set, which was 4 bottles, the glass, and some mats. So yeah, definitely do it again. And it was a worthwhile purchase, that. Is it equal to the individual parts? Is it better? Is it worse? It's no worse. You can't get really... Well, you can get worse than 5 out of 5, let's be honest. Can you get better than 5 out of 5? Does it lift it any more? And do you know what? It's just different. I'm going to give it the same 5 out of 5 with the bonus points that they get in the regular run-of-the-mill versions. It's a delicious blend. So yeah, that's all you can really say about that. It is delicious, and they're both fantastic beers. And if you haven't tried them, why not? I'm fortunate enough that Titanic are just up the road from me, so I can nip in and grab them. But I highly recommend that you go and grab plenty of each of these, because they are fantastic beers in their own right and blended. So yeah, I am looking forward to Christmas, when the bigger versions come out again. I would be curious to see what other porters Titanic could come up with that would really work quite well. You've got this rich, sweet, delicious plum porter version, and the slightly sweeter, slightly more, I don't know, marzipan-like cherry porter, and the different derivatives thereof. What other fruits would work? Let me know what you think. We've got plum and cherry. Strawberry, maybe. Who knows? Blueberry. You never know. Blackcurrant. Be interesting. Or blackberry, even. Yeah. One to ponder. So, yeah, we're going to leave it there and say that was a fantastic blend, and we'll definitely do it again. These have been the beers. I've been me. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.